Hi everybody, this week's Parsha is Parshas Vayetze, and we find our first wedding ceremony or wedding celebration that takes place. Lavan throws a party for the marriage of Yaakov and Leah, and behooves us to take a look at Judaism and what Judaism has to say about marriages. Prior to marriage we have an engagement, but in America, in today's day and age, the engagements that we have no significance as far as Jewish law is concerned. And as such, the laws of intimacy that exist prior to marriage apply during the engagement period, apply all the same before the engagement period, and what we have today in terms of a kiddushin, that does not take place formally according to Jewish law in today's day and age until the marriage ceremony. Also, we have something called a ksuba or a ketubah, and this marriage contract has a date on it. This document is dated, and therefore it must be filled in, it must be dated and signed on the same day of the actual marriage. So it's important that the marriage not take place after nightfall, and that the document and the marriage takes place both usually prior to nightfall. When a groom finds himself in minyan, he should get an aliyah, if it's a Monday or a Thursday or a day of Torah reading, because the bride and groom are considered to be of royalty, and therefore he takes precedence above all other peoples. Another law is to have witnesses at the marriage ceremony. So you have what's called Edei Kiddushin, and they stand there underneath the canopy, underneath the chuppah, and they give testimony as to what is taking place. And that shows the significance, that shows the formality, and that shows how serious we take the occasion. And these witnesses cannot be family members, because according to Jewish law, you're considered invalid if you are related to the parties. Now, at the marriage ceremony, we have a ring, and this ring has to be owned by the groom. If he receives it as a present, or if the family has inherited it from a previous generation, he has to make sure that it belongs to him. So he has to actually acquire it. It cannot be gifted to him. And finally, one last law to look at is that as a guest at a wedding, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to make sure that we add to the joy of the ceremony, of the celebration. So whether it be that we bring a gift, or whether we have kind words to say to the bride and to the groom, whatever it may be, it's an obligation for us to make sure that we contribute and enhance the celebration. I hope that the Jewish people continue to celebrate many, many celebrations throughout our history, particularly in our community here in Richmond. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.